The Volkswagen Jetta is still a very affordable car, especially considering today's car prices. I'll include a link to the Volkswagen Orum's website in the description down below that providing us with this Jetta. Let's get right into it. This week's giveaway highlight is a classic Corvette with a big block V8. If you're interested, use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. This will give you 4x bonus entries on any donation $25 or more. Powering this is a turbo 1.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic. Fuel economy is 29 around town, 40 on the highway, with power outputs being 158 horsepower and then 184 pound-feet of torque. If you're able to, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. This is the color to get if you're going to get a new Volkswagen. Down below you've got the daytime running light, and that goes into the chrome trim there in the grille, so it kind of looks like one fluid motion. Of course, you got the Volkswagen logo and then some kind of darker trim at the bottom. So for what is ultimately an economy car, the front end is sharp looking. Tire and wheel setup is 205 by 55 by 17. You've got silver and black on the wheel for the coloration. Taking a few steps back, the wheels contrast nicely with the rest of the car, and of course it's a sedan. When it comes to key fob features, you've got the Volkswagen logo on the back. On the front face we have our lock, unlock, remote start, and the opening for the trunk. Now popping over to that trunk, oof, that lid flies open. You can throw down both of these seats, so if you need more storage, you can get it. And when it comes to space, it is a sedan, but that goes pretty far into there. It just doesn't have a lot of vertical space, of course. Light bar here on the back end. You can see the rest of the badging, including the SE badge to let you know the package. And if you want me to review other packages on the Jetta, just let me know. But that's the exterior. Let's now check out the interior. Even though there's multiple colors on the door panel, it's all just plastic except for this right here, which is soft touch for your arm. And the seats are this interesting synthetic material. It's actually pretty comfortable, and it also looks pretty neat. There's your view of the front cockpit. And then when it comes to legroom here in the back, pretty good for a smaller car. Not much else to talk about. Headroom back here though is pretty good too. Let's now take a look at the front. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and then we've got more soft touch, actually, yeah, at the top, down below. So they kind of cheap out in the back door panel, but the front one, they go all out. And speaking of cheaping out, so the driver's seat, really nice trim, but it's power adjustable and all of that. Lumbar support, the passenger seat's manual. Soft touch all around the steering wheel. You've got practical controls for the center, voice command controls, volume controls, cruise control. It has adaptive and all of that. And then just regular stocks there on the back. Taking a look at the screen, and you can change the information that's displayed here depending on what you're looking for. So it's a little bit of customization. And then there is an eco mode, but no other drive modes. Just a backup camera in reverse. And then as for the infotainment system, it kind of has like these always visible buttons here on the side, but they're not like actual physical. I mean, these are physical, obviously. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting setup, but it is quick to respond, I will give it that. And you've got more of that for the climate controls. Seems like over-engineering to me. But yeah, dual zone climate with this, heated seats as well. A couple of USB ports, and then shifter here for the 8-speed automatic, 12 volt right there, just to turn the engine. Parking brake, you've got your auto stop start behind, your eco mode, some cup holders, good storage USB port, nice. I like the trim here on the top of it. That on the dash, kind of interesting. There's stitching at the top too. And then this one does have a sunroof at the very top. 2026 Jetta 1.5 TSE, 29,411. Let's see how this Jetta performs. VW Jetta. Let's see how this goes. We'll go this way, I guess. It doesn't sound like if I was going to go out that way or the other way. I'm trying to do more comparisons this year, so since there's a Mazda dealership next door, I'm not going to do it today, but probably another day. Well, I don't think the 26 Mazda 3s are in yet. Once those happen, I think Mazda 3 versus Jetta would be cool. Definitely going to do Mazda 3 versus Corolla. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Seats are comfortable. Doesn't have acoustic glass or anything like that, just regular windows. So you can hear a bit of noise from outside, but it's not bad. It's kind of standard for most vehicles. Man, I forget how much traffic there is down here. It's just all the time. Doesn't matter the time. Well, I guess at nighttime, but Can't really film reviews when the dealership's closed. This interior also feels like pretty spacious for a compact. Man, they've got to be getting red lights sometime soon. Okay, that one's going red, so these people should be. But then it'll stop up. Oh my, we can't win, guys. We can't win. Too many people live here now. Man, that's got some torque. You know, it's got a bit of turbo lag, of course, but it moves. And here's the deal, is like 4-cylinder turbo in this, like I won't knock Volkswagen for that. It's Volkswagen's putting the 4-cylinder turbo on the bigger cars. That's where it feels kind of meh. It's like, what are you doing, Volkswagen? What are you doing? Why are you putting a 2-liter 4-cylinder in a 3-row SUV, you know? But yeah, this 1.5 in the Jetta, I mean, this feels torquey. You gotta remember, most cars in this segment are naturally aspirated, so they don't have a ton of torque. And a lot of them have CVTs too. You know, look at Honda and Toyota CVT. So with that, it means that you're not going to get like super smooth power delivery. It's going to be kind of not like the choppiest, but a little bit choppier. A little bit choppier. It's always something to be aware of. Yeah, this is nice. I mean, the 8-speed's good. Keeps you where you want to be. That suspension's comfortable. I think the packaging on this is pretty darn nice. And again, for sub $30,000, it's a nice car. Man, the steering is like, you really got to feed it through. It's like overly light almost. Yeah, like too much on-center vagueness, on-center, like not turning either too much. Weird. It's not the worst, but it's just, yeah, it's very noticeable. So, Jetta. It's kind of a more performance-oriented economy car. It's a good way to look at it. So, still an economy car, but you're getting a little bit of zooming. Look at that. It can actually get out of its own way. I said this in my GLI review, I'll say in this one too. I think they're going a little bit too much with this like fake button stuff. Like, does it actually say, because I've had people tell me, oh, putting stuff in the touchscreen saves money. I can see that, because if you just have touchscreen and nothing else. But doing this has got to be more expensive than just physical buttons. It has to be, right? Because it's a little screen system and it's like a button but not a button. And I'm glad there's like something for me to press, but I just think in a car like this, if this makes the car more expensive, they should get rid of it. Anything that makes the car like pointless gimmicks that make the car more expensive, get rid of it. Doesn't need it. I think they should keep things as simple as they can with these to keep the prices as low as possible. But that's the problem, is the automakers, they want to add the gimmicks so they can charge more, but then it's like, okay, well, you do that and then people aren't going to be able to afford the cars anymore that, you know, your core demographic is buying that car. I mean, $30,000 for most of these economy cars now. It's getting pretty crazy. So I think the Jetta's a nice car. It'd be interesting to compare this to some of the, and there's Honda next door too. So it'd be interesting to compare this to some of the Japanese economy cars, because Japan, I think, kind of rules the market with those little economy cars, because they're one of the few countries that still builds them in mass with multiple manufacturers. But it's a Jetta.